in terms of the John Dobson weekend, the extraordinary thing for me was when John was doing a community presentation at Smithsville, in Smithsville Township, and he presented the story of the Stormers, and in a way he was presenting the story of South Africa, because the problems at the top and just this sort of disarray of trying to make things work at the bottom where it really counts. And as he spoke, I was able to kind of look at the crowd there, and their story, in a way, was also like a Stormer story, of people and a team that have really come from nowhere and are still nowhere. Well, they are still nowhere, a lot of people. And it was just like an unbelievable thing of hope and the power of ambition.
On the day of the final, there was Frans van Herbert came to me with a video, and it was a truckload. It was raining on the morning of the final, and it was a truckload of farm workers from the Doans. Yeah. And whether it's a farmer or a community person, they obviously bought them tickets, so they clearly couldn't afford. They were wearing black bags in the rain on the back of an open truck, and they were had posters with Go Stormers, but they were just cardboard boxes unfolded in the rain coming down the N1. And Francis said, chaps, check it out, you better be made the video guy put on the projector. He said, this is what we're playing for today. And it was a game, I literally didn't talk before the game. I said, yeah, Francis, that's enough. And that connection back with the Cape Town, that community we represent. But now we go into and it's so beautiful. We saw the ticket tape parade around Cape Town. It was extraordinary to see what we were playing for. What this group do by sort of embracing the cause and everything, who they represent, was very, very powerful. So that's probably the story of the storm. I told them very last thing. There were three things I told them before, but halfway through, there's a story of Sisyphus, the Greek hero, who Hades spent his whole life pushing a boulder up the hill. And that's because he escaped death twice. And Hades was the guy, he locked up Hades chained him up and he escaped once. So it doesn't matter. But his whole life was to push a boulder up the hill. And Camus, or whatever, Rick's son knows the name, how you pronounce it, he said to him, this is the absurd hero. He was never going to achieve anything. He was going to go through pain for the rest of his life. And I said, we are the absurd heroes. We've got no hope. We're 108 to 1. Nobody rates us. We've got nothing. But we're going to keep doing it. No matter. It's going to be big to the rest of the world. We'll keep doing it. So they called themselves the absurd heroes. And the other thing was a poem that's written on the board outside. We're going to rage. Because we kept every game for the last 8 games, we were going to win. To make a home court, to make Europe, to make home semi, to win the shield, all that. So the saying was, that Dylan Thomas played, rage, rage, rage against the dying and the light. Don't go gentle into that good night. And Kitsy, Kitsy came up with that quote. The last one I'm going to bore you, because there are a couple other stories. He says before the final, Stephen Kitsy, I goosebumps when I think about it. I said, I'm not speaking after France had showed the video. And this quote, I don't know, it was reported once or twice in the press. Kitsy, I don't know, he's from the Strand, as rough as can be, drinks brandy all day with his dad. So I don't know if somebody must have sent it to him, or it must be a meme, I don't know how else he got it. But he says, the warrior, fate whispers to the warrior, you can't withstand the storm. And the warrior turns back to fate and says, I am the storm. And that's what they go, pretty powerful words. That's the story of the story.
Yeah. Any thoughts on the coming game?
The whole game will get decided. The Springboks are mauled, watch this, the Springboks are mauled around the middle of the field instead of about 5 metres from the line. So they get penalties. Every time they get a penalty, they won't kick the poles, they'll kick it into the thing, and we'll overpower. That band, the difference without Springboks, the best team, and French just behind us, and the All Blacks are distant third. In World Rugby at the moment, it's the same on the bench. So you got, let's say, poor old, I don't know, one of the Welsh props, I'm trying to think, Reece puts in everything for 40, 50 minutes. Or their hooker. And their reserve hooker comes on, Dowie Lake comes on, and he's greeted by Mr. Malcolm Marx Fresh, or Mr. Vincent Koch, or Mr. Stephen Kitsoff. This has got, got no price there. But let's see.
John Dobson's made a hell of a difference here. I mean, he came here, you know, post his wonderful Stormers conquest, etc. And he's a Berrydale fan, etc. And he's a really influential person here, actually. He's popped in and out, etc. And so we had an extraordinary weekend with it, sharing his success, learning from it, and actually getting some confidence in the fact that you can actually come from nowhere and get somewhere.